You are much better than me than with this. Eh?
There you are. I didn't know. I didn't know. Honestly, the easiest thing in the world could be so tough.
Are you on your laptop?
I'm on my phone actually. I'm not on my laptop.
So how did you do it then?
I went to you know how you get that the plus sign on your story.
Yes.
So you touch that, and then obviously the camera is facing you. You can see yourself, and then at the bottom of the screen you have all these options, and you go far left,
Okay.
extreme left, and the live option is the first one. I couldn't figure it out myself.
Anyway, here we are. It's
How are
nice to
you,
see you
Biscuit?
again. Yeah, I'm very
Good
well,
to see
thank you.
you. Good to see you. Hair's looking good.
Hey,
Nice
hey,
and
hey.
nice and combed.
This is
Yeah, but
listen, quite
how's
quite interesting with the lockdown. You know, we've been I don't know how many days now, what 28 or something silly.
yeah.
Um, so my hair was very long, believe it or not.
Mm.
You know that both of us now don't have a lot of hair left, but I'm working on it. I'll never say die. Eh? Anyway,
Yeah.
I did this haircut 2 days ago by
Mm.
myself with clippers
Hmm.
and scissors and the works. It's not bad, eh?
Wow,
It's
that's
a good effort.
impressive.
Uh,
I'm not surprised. Anything you do, it's good, so I'm not surprised.
Listen, and what's up with that beard? It's going more grey and grey by the day.
It's not the beard only now. Look at this. It's come it's come upstairs as well. And yeah,
Uh,
it's
it's
making its way up there
wisdom,
as well. So
wisdom,
yeah,
bud.
wisdom, stress, everything. You know how it is. You know how it is.
Yeah, true.
What's been
Life,
happening?
which is good. It keeps me fit, eh?
Sweet, sweet. I know how
Uh,
energetic they are, and being neighbors, every morning sneaking into our room to steal packets of chips and say good morning and just give a high five and run away. Oh, those
li-
little beauties.
I, I actually, when I told them I'm going to talk to you, they were very excited, and
Uh,
they fell in love with you basically last year with the IPL. It's just
yeah,
Uncle Virat for 24 hours now. That's what they want to see you. And I said, listen, boys, you'll get your opportunity when the IPL comes to talk to Uncle Virat.
role, what's happening?
Yeah, it's not too bad, eh? Our president Cyril Ramaphosa addressed us last night. He's a huge inspiration, eh? I think
Mm-hmm.
there was a funny thing that happened last night. He tried to get his mask on after his speech, and he had it the wrong way around, and he had it over his eyes at 1 minute. But the way he addresses the nation and doing little things like that is such a just really changing things in South Africa. Obviously, right now it's tough times, but he's really handling it so well that everyone feels inspired. People have been so disciplined, staying at home. You know the story,
Mm-hmm.
washing hands. People haven't
Yeah.
gone out at all, but we've gone into a level 4 now, which means
Mm-hmm.
it's still serious, and we got to avoid social contact and big gatherings and all of that. But at
Mm-hmm.
least it's one level down from 5.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we haven't reached it yet. It's going to be announced, I think, next week Thursday. But that'll
Mm.
help a lot. So I can at least go for a jog. I think quite a few things will
Okay.
change, but it's
Okay.
still very risky and serious. And you?
Yeah, that's quite an advanced step for you guys. I mean, we have
Mm,
obviously been in lockdown for a long time now, and things are more or less, they went out of control in a few areas. But as you correctly mentioned, our leadership is doing a tremendous job as well. I think with the number of people that we have and the size of the country, I think we've done quite amazingly well to control the disease till now. Obviously, our immunity is really helping as well. Not that many casualties. There are a lot of deaths, but luckily the graph hasn't shot up in a drastic way. So people are quite optimistic about how things are going to pan out. Who don't get food to eat in this day and
mm.
age, the migrant workers and guys who work on daily wages are really struggling. So there's so many things happening, so many amazing people doing such a great job. But it's good to see. It's good to see the human side really coming up because that's the only option we have right now. No ego, no sort of.
Get on my case. But Virat, I don't know what you feel like. It almost feels like surreal. It feels like I'm part of a big movie. Yeah? But
Ah,
it is real with a virus. But the nice thing about a big movie is there's always opportunity. There's always a hero, and there's always opportunity for people to stand up and to make a
yep,
difference, and to have seen the leaders doors open up, and the light comes
yep.
through. Uh,
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. I think as sportsmen, it or sportswomen, it teaches us a lot to keep bouncing back. That's
mm,
something that is ingrained in us, and yeah, that should come on the surface for everyone. and we can totally relate to that mindset. We can keep pushing people in the right direction.
Try and give a hand where you can, but don't pull yourself down when you feel like you're not changing the world in one day. It takes time, and every little bit helps. So certainly for me, I felt like, you know what, I've had a big following because of my cricket over the years, and I'm not doing enough. I tell my wife every night, I don't feel like I'm doing anything. And then she gives me the peace of mind, like, just stay patient. You are actually, I'll remember that guy, remember this, you are helping. And I think if you're patiently doing something positive every day, the big sum will eventually be something special.
I totally agree with you. I think when you do something for someone, it has to be special. It has to be publicize it. Not everyone has to put it out there and show the world what I'm doing or what not.
100%.
Unfortunately, that's the kind of validation everyone's seeking. But you have to choose to live life in the right manner, and you have to choose to do the right thing. And as you said, Danielle is your pillar of strength for me in my life direction. If anything is off, any kind of motivation, any kind of support, we're both there for each other. And I think we're blessed to have a great life partner and great people around us. And yeah, I've seen you impact people in a way that it's very different. It's very special. It's not out there. It's not for the world to watch, but the things you say to people, the way you come across, you treat them, certainly makes an impact on them. And I've seen that inside the change room. And I was just thinking from that note, I remember the first time we met after you were picked up by RCB. I remember it was in Johannesburg, and we came down the tunnel. You guys
for quite a few years, and Balchi has told me a lot about you leading up to. I mean, I think you were 18, 19, 20 when you started playing for RCB, and Balchi would tell me about you. And having known you for 3 years, but never meeting you in that time. You sort of, it's a human thing to sort of put a bit of defense around yourself, Yeah. So I certainly remember walking up the tunnel, and even though I said hi, my defenses were definitely up. Like, hold on, I don't quite trust this guy yet. I've heard a lot about him. I've seen the hair, I've seen the style. I'm not convinced. But it didn't take me long to get to know you a bit better and to see the human side in you, which luckily, over the last few years, because of what you've achieved, a lot of people have seen that human side. Where if that didn't happen, and for a lot of people, I don't think everyone gets to enjoy the human side of them. You just see this image. But anyway, there's a good spirit inside of your body, and Biscuit, we all have a lot of respect for you and everything you've achieved.
Thanks.
Okay.
Brother. Thank you.
That's enough of that.
Yeah, it's a bit emotional, getting a bit dramatic. But listen, I was actually talking to Anushka about this, and RCB shared a picture of the first game that I played for RCB, and now it's been 12 years. It was in 2008, and now we're in 2020, and it's such an amazing journey. It's so surreal. You've been here 9 years yourself, and it's been so amazing to actually look back and think. For a lot of people, it's all about, obviously we want to achieve the ultimate goal. For RCB, we've come close thrice. Haven't been able to. That's always going to be our dream together. But I was just thinking, looking back at this journey, I was like, and we just sat down and spoke about it. I was like, there is no way in any scenario that I can ever think of leaving this team. Because of the journey we've had, because of the love and the care the franchise has shown, the fans have shown. You can feel emotional about the season going well or not, but to have that loyalty with Bangalore, with RCB, it's been quite surreal. I don't know. I am never leaving this team. There is no chance in any situation that I'm going to play for anyone else.
Not everyone is as sure of staying in the side as you are. So that has certainly been my inspiration for quite a few years now. I'd never want to leave Bangalore, but I know I've got to score runs if I want to stay there. So that's really pushed me, and obviously the fans. But it is crazy when you look back, and that I want to touch on. It's something that's on my mind a lot. Is how people harp on stats and hundreds and big performances, and as nice as that is, every time I look back on memories of the IPL or playing for South Africa or any team for that matter, you think of relationships and connections and friends, and You don't really, yes, in the back of my mind, hey, I played a nice knock, thinking of it, but you think special, you think about special moments and the crowd's atmosphere, you know. So those are the kind of things I don't want to ever give away. I want to be in Bangalore for that for, I don't know how many years to come. So hopefully the IPL will happen this year. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, we have no clue because things are moving in the right direction, and it's actually quite amazing because when people get back from this, when things are back to normal, I don't see things getting back to normal in the same manner that they were before everything happened. I think there are going to be a lot of changes. Lot of discipline has to be shown by people everywhere, is what I'm thinking. People have to respect guidelines and rules and all that. That surely, I think, is going to be our future. But whenever people come back to watch games or, you know, the players come back to play, there's going to be such different energy and pure enjoyment, because what I've seen in this phase is there are a lot of times when you get egoistic and you think, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. In reality, you're controlling nothing. No one can do anything in the current situation. We all have to swallow our ego, just follow what's been told, and just be grateful for life. Try and help those who are in need. And that's all. We should be so grateful that we are able to sit in comfortable environments.
That'll never be the same again, that's for sure. And you touched on it briefly, and it's certainly something that I've become more aware of because of this pandemic. Is the hunger there is around the world. It's huge, and it breaks my heart. I don't know how to deal with it. That people are suffering, that they can't get food on the table. I mean, yeah, it really gets to me. So my focus has been on that quite a lot, and those are the kind of causes that I've been supporting, is really just trying to get food on tables, you know, and in people's hands. And I can't think of anything worse than not being able to give your family food. So that's been...
Get a bat and a pair of gloves for that game. Okay, go on. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Go on.
So it was a good partnership. It's a very enjoyable one. And if I can remember correctly, I got 120 odd, 129, I think, and you also got your 100 right at the end where I gave you the strike. No, I'm just kidding. So that doesn't happen every day. The two batters get 100 in the same game. It was also the green game, which was a very special memory for me, where we did our bit in creating a bit of awareness for being eco-friendly, for nature, which is very close to my heart, and it's also close to your heart. And then I was just thinking that how can we make a difference? And that's why I told you to get hold of that bat that you use in that game, because I know you keep your bats. I keep my bats as well. And I've still got the shirt of that game, and I always do it with the green games. I get yourself and a few guys to sign, but that particular game, I just got you to sign, and I also signed my shirt. So I've got the shirt, I've got my bat, and I'm going to get hold of your bat and your gloves and my gloves. So now that's a big package, eh?
What are you doing with it?
The plan is to get it on an online auction platform where I know there are a lot of collectors around the world that wouldn't mind your bat particularly, but I'll throw mine in there as well as a little bonus.
Right. Let's get the modest version out. Come on.
I think it could be a nice collector's item from that day with the kit, the green kit. We both shared a photo of that game.
Wow, that's special. Yeah.
So the platform is called Bid or Buy. I'll share more info after this chat on my Instagram page, and then people can go there and bid. I mean, and all the proceeds will go for we can get it in India and South Africa, 50-50, and then we both support in our scores of getting meals on the table in memory of that day that we both scored 100 in a game, which is quite nice.
That sounds amazing, to be honest. The fact that you also want to share a part of it to India, where you have a massive fan following, probably the most loved international cricketer ever in India. I sent you a picture of a guy riding a bike a few months ago with your t-shirt, if you remember. So quite special, quite an amazing gesture from you. And I've actually got the stuff that you asked me with the wear and tear. So I can show people the stuff that I used. That season was so special. I've kept most of the things from that season, because I don't think ever in my life will I be able to score that many runs in a single season. So I made sure that I stacked everything up, and that's the bat I used. So there it is. For this cause, I would give anything away, not just these things, but yeah.
I've got there's the shirt I used that day.
I remember that logo.
Yeah, and we both signed there, if you can see.
Wow, yeah, I remember. Sweet.
That's quite cool. And then
That's
I've got
amazing.
my bat. I was still using Kookaburra at the time.
Mm,
So there
mm.
she is.
Wow. I remember
Yeah.
that as well.
I wish I could hit a few more in that area there.
You can wake up from your sleep and hit it in the middle. Go
But anyway, so everyone listening, those of you who like to collect, even if you don't like to collect,
on.
go onto a platform called Bid or Buy. It's a South African platform, but you can bid on it globally, and we'll courier the items to you. It might take a week or two. We'll see where it goes. If I feel the figure is big enough, I'll announce the winner or the bidder on Instagram, and we'll courier it straight to your doorstep, and we can put messages on there, personalize it the way you want it. Myself, it's my bat, my playing shirt from the day, Virat's bat, and both pairs of gloves that we both used on the day. Yeah.
That's quite amazing. Are you going to share the link on Instagram and Twitter?
I will put everything on there. I'm just going to get everything together. I've registered an account. I've also registered my foundation trust. It's a non-profit organization. And once the funds come into my trust, I'll get it out to the right cause, and we'll also put that on Instagram, which cause we're supporting both in India and South Africa. So we've got a bit of homework to do, eh?
Yeah, I think the foundation plan is very, very good. Obviously, you can give it to the right source, but I can bring in my foundation as well, and then whatever funds you want to share, we can give it to the people that actually
times around the world. So it's not going to be easy to pay a lot of money for this, but just rest assured that it's going to get into the right hands, and it's going to feed a lot of hungry people. So whoever feels like they want to bid for this, please be generous and be kind and support us.
Absolutely correct. You might see a few surprise bidders in there as well. You never know.
So before we started to chat, I shared a picture on my story.
Yeah, I saw just now.
I don't know if you remember, Praveen Kumar was bowling around the wicket, and no disrespect to him, but he bowled it in exactly the right area. And as I hit it, I didn't feel the ball on bat, and I couldn't believe the ball was.
Wow, I've never seen anything like that on the cricket field. But I clearly remember, that whole season, that game. It was pure magic. All the guys that are involved in that season as well. They still remember it. Those who are not even playing right now for RCB, they still remember it. And it was just the camaraderie, the friendships, that emotion, that happiness in the change room is something that we all look forward to. We all love the IPL.
It's weird how life works. It honestly felt meant to be for us to win that season, especially the way we won that semi-finals. We were like 4 down or something. We pulled it out of nowhere, and we headed into the final so confident nothing was going to stop us. And such is life in sport. It doesn't always go your way. But goodness gracious me, it can go our way sometime soon. I wouldn't mind.
I still remember that final. Chasing, I don't know, 218 or something like that. And we were 109 overs, me and Chris. Wow. And I played that horrendous shot after getting to 50. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, we needed 60 odd of 40 balls, and I was like, how did we end up, messing that up? But
I still see. I promise you, I still see. His last one was Bipul, I think. He bowled to me.
Yeah.
I still see the ball sometimes at night. I lie awake in bed and I see some memory on the TV of IPL, and I think, hey, you remember that final? Devilliars, what were you thinking?
Yeah,
but you know what? They played a good season. To be fair, they put pressure on us because they were the best death bowling team of the tournament, and I felt the pressure going a bit earlier than normal because Bhuvi and them were landing the Yorkers, and I felt, you know what, this left arm has got to go because I might not get eatable balls in the next 30 minutes. So, but I wish I played it differently. A knock over extra cover would have been smarter, I think. Anyway, such is life.
Such is life. Absolutely.
Listen,
that's what we live for.
Sorry, we were speaking about Anushka earlier. I wanted to chip in and I'll let you speak for too long, but we are all so happy that you found her. That one season before you guys met, I think we hit about 2 billion balls in the nets, and now at least someone can get you away from the cricket stadium for a change. And he always had me pulled along. Come, Abes, let's go eat some balls. And I'm like, oh, this guy's never going to stop, is he? And then Anushka came, and now there's a balance. There's a bit of meditation. We chat. We have meals in the restaurants. And we still eat a
Yeah,
lot of cricket balls, but we are so
yeah.
grateful.
Look, the passion is always going to be there, but
I know.
when you find a life partner who is just meant to be for you,
Uh,
things fall in perspective by themselves, and you start believing that it's not all about just being obsessed about one thing. It's about being
true.
passionate, but you know, love is always going to be the most important thing in life, and
Yeah.
everything else follows, and everything has to run in a balance. So I
No,
couldn't be
true.
more grateful that I found her, she found me, and things are just meant to be.
Yeah,
And
it's
I know
amazing
I
what
remember
a
your proposal as well, Taj Mahal.
it changed my life. It was.
Yeah,
I
I
actually
know,
found
I
that
know.
video again on my laptop the other day, which is amazing. It's really cool. But what I wanted to say, it's amazing what an influence people can have in one's life. And we're
Yep.
speaking about our life partners now, but growing up, there's a lot of people that shaped my career that no
Mm-hmm.
one knows about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you think of parents, and you think of I think of someone like Gary Kirsten, who had one
Mm-hmm.
session with me when I was 19, and I'll never
Mm-hmm.
in my life forget that. I'll never forget the words he said. But that's the kind of impact just like 30 minutes from someone can have on one's life, and it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, life partners, obviously, it's on a whole different level.
Yeah,
But
that's a totally different conversation when you talk about your life partner. But I agree in sport, in our careers, I can remember a few people, sort of growing into my career. Gary was obviously the first coach that I interacted with when I entered the Indian team, and he gave me just positive advice. And I used to have a problem of my front foot falling too far across, and I used to speak to him about it. And then he would say,
uh,
"Your head's good. You're not getting hit on the pad, so why are you worrying about your front foot?" So the positive feedback is what really helped me always, and
uh,
it was just a way to look at things. And pre Gary, in the IPL, when Bouch kept telling you, Mark Boucher kept speaking to you about me,
yeah,
he was the one guy who told me in 2008 that when I come to India 4 years from now to do commentary and I don't see you playing on the field, I'd be the most disappointed man in the world if I don't see you playing for India. And I played in 3 months' time, but he used to take me into the RCB nets with a tennis ball and a racket and make me practice bouncers and short balls at
mm,
that stage. He told me, if you want to play international cricket, so he had
yeah,
the vision then. That was quite
yeah,
special. Then Duncan Fletcher, keen eye for the
yeah,
game. Amazingly got along well with him. Taught me so many things. There have been so many people,
yeah.
whose contributions are neglected, overlooked, but we understand the importance of those. You're absolutely right. Spot on.
It's too many to mention. I can start from
I
primary
know.
school, but the trend is the same. It's someone they don't use a lot of words, but they just
Mm,
plant a bit
mm.
of they plant a seed in your head that you could possibly do
Yep.
something special one day. And it's more the people that make you dream than actually
Yep.
someone pointing out mistakes. And I've never
Mm.
related well to that. I've never reacted well to that.
Yeah.
Maybe this and that's wrong and this is wrong.
Mm.
I've always gone like, oh, can you maybe tell me one positive thing, please?
Yep.
But there are naturals like a Gary Kirsten, and I think of high school coach Dion Buertis, Dennis Lindsay, Colin Detmer. I've worked with
Mm.
so many guys, Grant Morgan, that just plant a little bit of a seed that make you think, hold on, this guy he thinks that I could go all the way.
Mm.
And
Mm.
then you want to prove him right instead of proving
Yep.
someone wrong. You want to prove people right, and that's the
That's
big
so correct.
difference in mindsets when
That's so
someone
true.
believes in you. And
I
that's the
couldn't
kind
agree
of
with you
captain
more.
you are as well, whether you knew it or not. But your players want to prove you right because you're Virat
Mm.
Kohli and what you've achieved, and the person that you are, and the amount of belief you have in us and the franchise. As a
Mm.
player, I feel like you know what I'm letting him down if I'm not scoring runs. You wanna do
Mm.
something special for a leader,
Mm.
and
Around you.
yeah,
Because when you empower people around you, they become the best version of themselves, and eventually it helps the team that you've been given the responsibility for. But in
sure,
life as well, they realize themselves, and then they're able to lead their lives in the right manner as well. So I would
true,
love to see people taking responsibility and initiative by themselves, always have a helping hand around them, like myself or you as a senior. But I want to see guys coming into their own, youngsters coming in, having a 500-600 run season in the
yeah,
first or second season, coming into test cricket. Don't worry about the guy who's played 100 tests. If you have a good mindset in your second or third test, you can get a 150. So, these kind of norms is something that I don't believe in, and I want people to break those norms and really become the best version of themselves. And that's where the
Yeah.
fun is. Sometimes I think people have too much regard and respect for systems and how
Mm.
traditions have
90% of the things I achieved in my career, whether it's good or not, I honestly didn't believe it's possible. I swear.
yeah,
And it takes one or two little positive things and people in your life that just make you push a bit
absolutely.
further. And you look
Mm.
back and you go like, how the heck did I just do that? How did you score 1,000 runs in an IPL season? I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. Did you ever think that's
I
possible?
know,
There's only
I know,
16
I know.
games or 14 games. And how do you
Yep.
score 1,000 runs? Come on, man.
No, you can't. You can't think about it again and again. Things
No.
are just meant to be. You have to respect them. You have to give everything that you have, and that's all you can do. And I was thinking about it. You spoke about RCB and having been so close, and people love to, take a dig at us,
Yeah.
love to make fun of the franchise and all that sort of stuff. That's all fair. That's a choice people have. The
Yeah.
the one thing that stands out for me and that'll always be special is why we play the game and how we play the game. For us, it is always going to be about the love for the game, giving
Yeah.
everything that we have, not be obsessed with results, be determined, but not be
Sure.
obsessed for results. And that's all we can do. And, eventually, the silverware or these numbers or nothing like that is going to stay behind you. All that you can always leave behind is the impact you had on people and how many
Mm.
people were you able to inspire. Obviously, you
No,
want to
spot
achieve,
on.
you want to win trophies, you want to win, you want to score runs, all of that. But it
Yeah.
shouldn't become such an obsession in your life that if that doesn't happen, you can't move forward.
Sure.
And that's why I will always and always be here, just playing for RCB, doing well for RCB, just for the love with the fans and be able to inspire people. And that for me is always going to be the most important thing.
Yeah, spot on. I see I don't know. I'd be probably going to answer a couple of questions from the fans. I see the
Okay.
couple of my friends asking me if there's alcohol in my drink. It's just a glass of water, guys. Relax, please. Am I talking that much nonsense? I thought I'm talking some sense here.
No, the other day I was speaking to KP and he was drinking water in a beer glass and Yuzi got so excited. He was like, "Oh, water in a beer glass. KP sir, you're a legend." I was like, "Yuzi, come on, man. You
You know
see a
what?
beer glass and you take off."
Talking about Virat Chahal. He's an interesting character. He calls me up at night, like at 1 o'clock in the morning SA time, and I go like, "What is he doing at 4 a.m. in India?"
Have you seen his TikTok videos? My word. You should
What?
you should go and check out Yuzvendra Chahal TikTok videos.
Oh, really?
You will not believe that this guy is playing international cricket and he's 29 years old. Just go and look at his videos. He's an absolute clown, but he's such a
I'll
lovely
go.
guy.
While we're chatting, I just want the guys to ask some questions, and we'll answer as many as we can. Can you see your
Yeah,
feed
sure.
coming up?
Go ahead. I only see hello,
Yeah.
love struck, AB, love you, AB sir, 17 and 18 together.
Let's count. Let's
I'm
count how
really
many
big fan of
people.
you.
How many people love me and how many love you. I hope I win.
I can only see unbelievable. I'm working twice as hard now.
We have
Oh,
to.
it says one question says favorite innings against each other.
Oh my word.
I know yours.
What's mine?
Bloody Mumbai when you smashed us all over the place. 400 and I don't know how many.
Yeah, that was one of my best.
No,
You've
but
got
what's your favorite? What's your favorite?
no. I
Against?
honestly against any team or against you guys.
No, against India and mine against South Africa. I will mention that.
No, mine was definitely Wankhede Stadium. The final. It was 2-2 in that series. It was a good series. And we've always wanted to win a series in India. It was a big. I was very motivated. I think
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, we've come up. What year was it? It was 2016, huh?
It was 2015.
Was it? Yes.
Yeah.
So I was. If we didn't get 400
Yeah,
plus, if we got 350, I think you guys would have got it. So we just batted well and created a couple of amazing partnerships. I think Faf got 100 as well, and Quinton.
Yep.
It was Quinton. You got 100 early on, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a very
Thankfully,
special
you got
night.
out in the 45th over. Otherwise, we would have been chasing 500.
And the next minute, Graham tells me, "Are you ready to bowl a few overs?" I'm like, "Captain, are you serious? Virat Kohli is batting here. My legs, I can't feel my legs. I just want to get off the field." But I've
Yeah.
always been up for the challenge when it comes to bowling. But oh my word, I had a funny action that time as well. I was trying to do, but
It was.
I knew you didn't want to get out to me. So it was.
Oh, I was so nervous. You know why it was special? Because I was playing with you for RCB. I had played against Dale for RCB. Dale was at his peak, 2013. The one thing that's changed now with the IPL is, thanks, my love. One thing that changed now with the IPL is, the guys have become so confident of their own
Uh,
abilities. And the reason why it's a level playing field now is because obviously you understand the strengths and weaknesses of all players you play with globally, first. And secondly, the bowling attacks are better, wins that series. And that's
yeah,
been the
true.
case in the last 5, 6 years. That's the trend I've seen.
I've got a very interesting question for us, and I think the way we're going to do it. People asked here, who's the best 11 in the world? Pick your world team. So I think we go through it where we each get a chance. So I'll go opening bat one, you go opening bat two, I'll go batter number three. Okay, you believe it or not, but you're on number three. Well done.
Okay, you're at number 4. There's no doubt
Okay,
about that.
thank you very much, Virat. Now we're gonna have to
Okay.
start thinking about some all-rounders. Jock Callis at number 5, but we might change the batting order up depending on what kind of wickets we're playing. Sometimes Jake's might bat at 3,
Hmm.
you go to 4, I go to 5. Fair enough.
Actually, let's do India, South Africa. You're correct.
Okay, I'm
Um,
happy. I'm happy. 6.
yeah, Jack Kallis 5. I would go UV at 6 with
Okay, so
left
now
arm
we
as
have
well.
a left arm spinner and we have an
Mm.
all-round seamer.
Mm.
Okay, so we don't need another all-rounder really. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, we can. We can go another impact player. Who do we go at 7? Um,
We need a keeper.
oh dear. Well, I can take the gloves, eh? Or what about MS?
Of course, you
I
have
think
to bring in MS.
the
MS
finisher.
at 7, I would say.
And
Um,
some games I think MS might bowl a couple of overs as well. Watching
okay,
him warm
MS
up every
7.
game. Okay, 8.
8, think of a 8, 9,
Spinner.
10, 11. With 4 left. A spinner, for me, the spinner would be. Mm,
It's Imran, Jadu, Ravi, Ashwin,
I would
Kumble.
say, I would say in ODIs, I would say Jadeja as the left arm.
Okay, Jadu at 8.
Um, yeah, Jadu at 8. Um, then we could do Jadu probably in the squad, but push in an off spinner in there. What do you think? Because we already have UV.
Yeah, so Jadu, if you're listening, we love you, but we're just gonna go. We're gonna go a different spinner because UV's already there as a backup.
Yeah,
Are you happy?
yes.
Okay,
Offie, I would go then if you speak about one
it
day
can be
cricket
it can
in
be a leg spinner as well. It can be Yuzi, it can be Kuldeep, Imran Tayer. There's a lot of leggies. Although Imi will bat at 11, so I don't know. Good
it's
luck.
such a difficult squad to pick. Okay, let's put in both leg spinners. Let's put in Imi and UZ. Let's put in the Chinaman as well.
Okay, but
Kuldeep in there.
hold on now. We're still at 8.
Okay,
you're gonna.
let's go.
Who's at
UZ
8?
at 8.
Okay,
Yep,
UZ at 8. Then
UZ at 8.
I'm picking 9. So just slow down.
Okay, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go Dale Steyn at 9. Okay, hold on. It's either Dale, Mornay, or Kagiso.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. I'll get a number 11 as well. So I'm gonna go Dale at 9.
You know what? I'll tell you something. We'll go Dale Steyn, Jasprit
Bumrah.
Bumrah, and Rabada.
I think we agree on that. Even though Mornay had a
Bloody hell.
fantastic, Mornay has been unbelievable as well. But Mornay will be in the squad. Kuldeep will be in the squad. Jadu will be in the
Look,
squad.
we love all the guys that we play with, so we
Uh,
will have a squad of 30.
uh, oh my word, it's tough. Fielding coach Jonty
Yeah.
Rhodes. Who's our
Yeah.
coach?
Coach would be Gary.
Okay, Gary coach.
Mm.
Okay, I'm happy. It's enough. We're gonna get ourselves into
Because
trouble
Gary's
here.
worked with all of these people, yeah.
That's true. He'll understand everyone's games.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. No more picking squads for us.
uh,
No,
sorry
but
about that.
listen, one. I think this will be a good question to end our chat with.
Yeah.
We were worried about how we're gonna go through this chat, but I see that we've been going great guns and it's been amazing. But one
Yes.
question that I saw, okay, someone mentions captain. I think MS. For me, MS probably is the most balanced choice. So there we go. Captain sorted as well. I
I'm
hope you agree
I'm
with
happy
that.
with that. I've never played under him, but I've always had the world of respect for him. The way he handles himself on and off the field. I mean, he's always calm. He knows the game well, so I'm happy with that.
Absolutely. Proper. Okay, the one question that I saw was explain your friendship in one word. Define it.
Timeless.
Ah, why did I let you go first? Yeah, what do I say? Okay. Um,
uh,
our friendship, I wouldn't say one word. I would just say based on trust.
yeah.
That's all. Because when we
Trust.
bat together as well, we don't even call. We just run to.
Yeah.
We don't even speak about the game. It's all fun and games,
There's
and
too
it's
many
amazing every
words.
time.
Trust, authentic, unique, timeless.
Absolutely,
I'm happy.
it's amazing every time.
Yeah. Thanks, Biscuit. It
Okay.
was good fun chatting. We'll do it again at some stage. People, just before we go, remember the
Yeah.
platform is called Bid or Buy, but I'm gonna post it. And here's my bet. Here's my shirt. Virat stuff is there,
Mm.
and we'll get it
Yep.
posted to you. Please be kind and generous and support a really good cause.
Absolutely. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for listening to our banter, our chats, our experiences together. AB, stay safe. Enjoy time with family. Give my love to the kids and Danielle as well, and everyone else out there. Please stay safe. Follow what's been told. We'll be through this sooner than we think, but all we need is a positive attitude. So God bless everyone. Take care. Thanks, Biscuit, and I'll see you very soon.
Thanks for your time, Virat. Just quickly from our side as
Cheers.
well. Thanks for listening, people. And as Virat said, stay safe. I can't wait for the IPL. Let's hope it happens this year. I've been working incredibly hard in the gym, and that's basically all I can do. But we're going to be ready. And for all the RCB fans, we can't wait to connect with you people again. And everyone in India, thanks for listening. All the South Africans, everyone around the world. I'm going to do my homework and get some feedback on this chat and see if we can change some of the topics. And we'll do it again at some stage. Thanks, Biscuit.
Cheers, my brother. Take care.
Cheers. Take care.